Meepa family. I got my Easter Snoopy cup going on here, and coffee is really needed this morning. My goodness. I planted strawberries last night, and we have to really go and hook up the water and start watering them because I didn't do that. Okay, so let's get out of this door and get busy. Oof, there we go. It's so bright, but I'm so happy to see the sun. Hold on, you guys are gonna hold on to my coffee right there. There we go. Okay, good. Okay, so let's get busy. Oh my goodness. I really hate mornings like this because I was out here planting and having MS. Oh, sorry, Luna. And I go and I do like vigorous exercises like this. I feel like I'm dying the next day. Or I've literally been to like an all-night raver and I drank all night and I was whooping it up and partying all night long, and this is my aftermath. And yeah, here I go. Let me see. Hold on, let me flip. Yes. As you can see, I planted strawberries all over here because I really hate the grass, and I really want this to be like long-term planting. So I'm hoping that works. Some of them are starting to flower. I don't think that's a good idea though. I should cut those flowers off so that the plant has time to root and really concentrate on that, but I'm not going to because, you know, this is lazy farming as far as I could tell. And then look, my purple asparagus is really starting to come up. Like just overnight, they just popped up. Look at that one. It's huge. Oh my goodness, I love it. And even though I took damn near 30 pounds of tubers out of this section of the garden, I still have more popping up. You cannot keep a good tuber down. That is for sure. Definitely cannot keep a good tuber down. I am looking for random ones that might be growing over in this section here, because if that happens, they will set root and then I will have something contending with my purple asparagus, and I don't want that. I have not taken any purple asparagus this year so far. Ooh, that's not happy. But they are well mulched. And I have had them here for 3 years now. And usually year 4, you can definitely like start to take stuff. But I am a chicken shit. And I will not be taking any just yet. Ooh, that one just grew like straight through. Look at that. Just straight through. Oh my goodness. That was really cool. But like even here, I have little ones coming up. Like that's so cool. But yeah, no, I planted strawberry plants over here, up here. This whole hillside has been peppered with strawberry plants that I'm really hoping will cover this whole hillside. And I will have yet another great place to collect strawberries. This is the shape of the garden right now. And I just want to give you all a view. Look at all of my dandelions and my purple violet that I will be picking today. Most definitely. I will be picking. I got dead nettle growing over here I want to get as well. But yeah, no. And all of my mullein that I planted is coming back, which is great. So yeah, no. I mean, look at the size of that one. It's huge. And she's growing with all of these. I have a lot of fleabane mixed in, and I'm thinking about getting rid of the fleabane because I really just want the dandelion. I know it has its own properties, but I'm not interested. Also, I'm trying to kill off my mint, and you can't keep a good girl down because she is thriving regardless that I have her flipped upside down and her roots exposed. She's not dying. I gotta get her in a pot. Also today, I am planting my Walla onions. They are desperate to get into the ground, and I don't want anything to happen to them. So I got a busy day. If you want to see the long form content of all of that happening, you got to head over to my YouTube page because that's where I'll be posting it. 10 minutes is too short of a time to be posting all of the information and content that I usually do. So there's that. Also, I'd like to leave you out with my beautiful daffodils. Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. And I have random ones just popping up all over the place. I found some behind my shed, so that was pretty cool. So here, they are gorgeous. But remember, daffodils are like the poison ivy of the plant flower world. Those ones are dying off already, which sucks, but they've been freshly planted like a year ago, so that tracks. But anyways, these ones have been here for about 4 years now. They're well established and they're doing great. But just remember, they are like the poison ivy of the plant world. Make sure you wear protective gear if you plan on cutting, because the sap will give you the same reaction as poison ivy, poison oak, or any of the other poisons. So just a reminder, and don't let your kids pick them. All right, that is it, my Nipa friends. I am out. Y'all have a great day. If you are in the Nipa Valley area, it is beautiful out. It is so time to soak up that sun, and I'll see you later. Bye. Don't forget, go check out my YT page. Everything is in the links in the bio or whatever. Bye. Oh, also, go Pens. All right. Hey guys. So my husband's going to be home soon from work, and in true Nipa style, living in PA, we're gonna be cooking some deer meat. I don't have pasta, but what I do have is an abundance of egg yolks. Because I am an MS baddie, egg yolks are on my no-no list, so I don't eat them. So when I do eat eggs, I separate the yolks out and I save them for later cooking. I don't have any pasta right now, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to use up the egg yolks that I already have and make an 18 egg yolk gluten-free pasta dough. I've never tried this before. Why not today? Who knows? It might work, it might not work. Things I don't have. I don't have a pasta machine. I've got a rolling pin. I don't have any fancy equipment. I have my hands, some forks, some utensils, and that's it. So this should be interesting. So let's get this going. So the first thing I want to do is I want to start cooking the deer meat. We're gonna do some butter. Like so, like that. You always want 2 different types of fats, and then some extra virgin olive oil, like so, like that. Ever since I've seen that, I will never get it out of my head. Nope, like so, like that. I think that was such an earworm. It stuck with everybody. So there's that. Next, we're gonna, I don't have my heat on. I just warmed my pan up a little bit. I don't want to get splattered by anything. Next, we're going to pop in the deer meat. I am a pescatarian. I don't eat meat. Having MS, meat's actually not healthy for me. Anything that causes my nerves to be frazzled, anything like that, it's on my no-no list, and meat is one of those things. And you're like, well, you can eat lean. No. It's just best just to say your goodbyes to any form of meat and just be okay with it. I eat fish and egg whites and a lot of beans and stuff like that. I love my vegetables. But all right, so we have this in the pan. We're going to turn the heat on. We're going to put a lid over top of it. We're going to baste, but you know, we're running low and slow. It's deer meat. It's got no fat. So, well, no, you know what I mean. But anyways, you're going to need it. All right. So, low and slow. Thanks. Don't forget to season. Little salt, little pepper. Here we go. Okay, so this is where I keep my flour. You get the buckets from your bakery. They usually will give them away for free. Just a little PSA. Put a couple of oxygen packets in it, and I make my own gluten-free mixture. So we'll see how it works. My gluten-free is made out of this stuff. I like it. It's cornmeal type deal stuff, and then like a cheap gluten-free mix that you get from like Wise's or Giant or something on the lines of that, if you have that close. But I don't know what you have, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna try for 3 cups. So 1, 2, and 3. Listen, these are eyeball measurements. By the way, did you know that there was a difference between this and this? If you haven't, now you know. Dry, wet, not interchangeable. Okay, glad we got that out of the way. So in that little bit of time, I have already gotten a crust going on my deer meat. So just FYI, it doesn't take long. I'm just gonna take my little measuring cup here. Yes, I'm doing this on my countertop. I'm gonna make a little well so that when I put my egg yolks in, they don't go everywhere and they stay put. There we go. I already have the 18 egg yolks separated, but if you don't, you are going to have to separate your egg yolks from your whites. And you know, that's a fun process. But seeing that I use egg whites on a regular basis, I don't have to do that. It's already done for me. And we're going to just dump. Dump, 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 dump. There we go. I'm nervous. I've never tried this before. In theory, I've seen it, but it was done with all-purpose flour. And this is not all-purpose flour. This is my homemade gluten-free version. So we'll see together how it's going to work out, and if the hubby will eat it. That is the fun part. Will he eat it? Good question. Good question. Okay, so there we go. We've gotten that all taken care of. Next, we want to do a drizzle of olive oil. Most say 2 tablespoons, but I know that not all flour is the same, so I'm going to drizzle a little extra. And then we're going to season with some salt. Good pinch. There we go. Good job. That's that. And then we're going to mix and incorporate. Alright, so I'm going to start popping the egg yolks and then start mixing. This could get messy. Oh my, we're already broken. The levee has broken. So it's a fast moving mixture. We're going to mix, 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 mix. I'll bring you back when this is done. The deer meat has separated and we're still cooking. Okay, so this is where we're at. It looks like scrambled eggs, and now we're just going to, one fancy thing I do have is a bench scraper, is we're going to start chopping this up and incorporating the HE double hockey sticks out of it. Do this until you start to see the flour disappear. Scrape back into your stuff and just keep going with it. I'll bring you back. Okay, so I have been doing this for about 10 minutes now, trying to incorporate all of the egg yolks into the flour. And I tested it out, and it does start to form a ball. And now you're going to start kneading all of this for like 10 minutes. It has to be 10 minutes. You got to knead it. It's got to do its magic. Off camera, I did have to add a drizzle more of honey, or extra virgin olive oil, and I did add a little water to my mixture, only because it is a gluten-free mix, and it doesn't always incorporate like flour would. So sometimes you just have to add the love just to make it work out. But this is where I'm at. I've been kneading for 10 minutes now and pretty happy with this. Make sure everything's like well incorporated, ready for a rollout, and I might actually have to add a little more oil to it. You never know. But my gosh, is this a heck of a workout. Definitely helps build that extra upper body strength. There we go. All right. Oh, I should beat it with my roller. I'm gonna wrap that in plastic, but while that's happening, the deer meat, I added some freezer peppers. I'm going to cut up some leftover onion because that's all we got left. And of course, a tiny bit of garlic confit because my husband really doesn't care for garlic, but I don't think love goes anywhere without garlic. I wrapped everything up in plastic and I'm gonna let it rest for a little bit, about 10 minutes, as long as it takes me to finish cooking the deer steak. Follow for part 2 so you'll see the completion of the meal. Bye guys. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is working. Okay, so noodles are done. My other components are done. I'm gonna drain these out. I don't think that came out that bad. Honestly, we'll see if they hold up. Are my noodles thick? Yes, they're thick. Why are they thick? Because I had a rolling pin and I'm not fancy schmancies and I don't have a pasta machine. But hey, I got this. I'm gonna cool them down. We'll see how it goes. See if the husband will eat it. Who knows? I definitely can smell the cornmeal in it, but you know, I'm used to that because I eat a lot of gluten-free stuff, and corn's like one of the major gluten-free products. Okay, let's plate this up and see how it goes. He's my husband, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to put a whole lot of them on there because, you know, they're thick. I'll break these up a little bit. Some are thicker than others, but like inconsistency is what's going to happen when you're using a rolling pin. And I'm using this handy dandy tool to try to cut it. There we go. Everything stays together. It's definitely cooked. That's great. We're gonna add the steak, the deer meat that was cooked with peppers and onions and salt and black pepper. There we go. And nothing says loving like Parmesan cheese. And there we go. Now to see if he'll eat it. Fingers crossed. Okay, so husband ate it, said it was good. Noodles were good. Deal. I have these 2 left. I'm going to have to make these. If I don't, the egg will oxidize and it'll change colors. It won't be this bright, vivid yellow anymore. It'll change colors to a dark color. But if you knead it some more and you work it more, it'll go back to the shiny yellow from what I hear. But you have to cook it. You can't leave it. You can put it in the refrigerator, but like I said, it'll oxidize. It's got raw egg yolk in it, so it does need to be cooked. So there's that. But success. Deer meat, homemade noodles, done. I'm surviving this challenge of cooking homemade and with bare ingredients, and worse yet, gluten-free ingredients. So hope you enjoyed, hope you give it a try, and bye. Good evening, everybody. It has been an eventful day today. I'll make sure I put everything that I did today all in one video for this page, which, you know, is cool. Last chore of the day is to get my Walla Walla onions into the ground because they need it. It's been a week. They've sprouted their little roots and they're screaming for dirt. So one of the major problems that I have right now is I need to clean the bed out that I need to plant them around. My only problem is that I have an immense amount of mugwort that has taken up residency where I would like to plant my Walla Walla onions. So we got to get busy. We got to clean all that out. And I'm going to bring you all with me. So let's get busy. As you see, there is a ton of mugwort just hanging out. I got a lot of stuff left over from last year. I do believe you have soft leaves, but I am gonna say that you are most definitely fleabane. I'm gonna say fleabane, but I'll leave you because you look pretty. So I don't know. Let's go check that out. Yesterday's project was planting that whole area full of strawberries, which I'm watering right now, the lazy way. This is my second time watering them today because the dirt was like really dry. Of course, I have this huge pine tree right here, and then also the snowball barbatum. They suck up a lot of water, and they really honestly don't give very many plants the moisture that they need to take hold. So I am watering again tonight. Tomorrow I will probably water again. And if you see over there, our asparagus are popping up. So yeah, that definitely is fleabane. I'll leave it. Fleabane encourages other plants to grow. It's not bad, but it is invasive, and that is my problem. I've got fleabane everywhere. Everywhere. It's good for strawberries because they are a companion plant with strawberries, and they will help your strawberries grow. So I tend to leave my fleabane with my strawberries, but here, this is onion territory, folks, and I'm not interested. So we're definitely going to get rid of it. I have so much dandelions to pick, and I keep holding off and I keep holding off because I've got so many other things I need to get done. So I'm hoping that once I get the Walla Walla onions planted, I can start working on picking before my husband decides to mow, or I have to mow, because at some point in time my lawnmower just will not get through it. So you have to pick your times, and you have to pick your battles. Unfortunately, I don't want to lose any of my dandelions, especially the flowers, because now is the time to be picking. Now is the time to start your tinctures. Now is the time to start dehydrating them for winter teas and all of that fun stuff. And then also now is the time to be making your dandelion jellies, dandelion wines, dandelion everything. This is the time. It's spring, because this is when they're most abundant. And remember, try not to overpick. You want to leave for the bees and other small pollinators that depend on this food source. But to be honest with you, my neighbors all have dandelions. I have dandelions everywhere. They will survive if I overpick a little, which is good. All right, we've got to get busy, and we need to get rid of all of the stuff that is currently growing in my in-bed garden right now, so that I can actually plant these onions and they have a place to live and they won't die. Okay, so first thing we need to do is glove up. You never know what is in the soil around here, so always wear gloves. Make sure you check your gloves too, because you never know what's going to crawl in them. All this stuff is going to come out with no problems. this mugwort. Good thing this isn't deep. And like, I would keep this mugwort and use it for things, because it can do some freaky stuff, but I don't need it. I have no use for it. So that's all going. I think last year when we were putting in the bottom soil to even out the drift where this bed is, it had mugwort, and I knew this was going to happen, so here we are fixing that problem. What are you? Because are you a tree? You look like a tree. You're probably a tree. I am noticing trees are growing everywhere here. No tree. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's a tree. Release. Oh my goodness. You gotta make sure you get rid of all of it, because it'll just go back 10 times fold. I made a lot of decisions on what I was putting over here, but I have a lot of broccoli growing and stuff, so I think I'm going to use this as a brassica bed. And I have a huge net to put over top of it, and I need to build my own cage. But one of the most important things to deter the pests that normally, destroy brassicas is to make sure that they're covered. And in here, I have an abundance of things that will eat them. The majority is the white moth that finds its way everywhere, and it will literally decimate anything brassica in my garden. Look at that. Look at the root structure on that. Like, they're attached. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This is why we get rid of it. And we make sure we get rid of all of it. Don't leave no trace behind. There we go. I don't want to leave anything behind, because it'll just grow again. And I don't want that. I want good stuff here. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, it's definitely in there. Do some light weeding while we're at it. There we go. Amazing what we'll find its home here in the wintertime. Like, that tree wasn't there when I stopped working in the garden last fall, and now it's here. Now it's found its home. More fleabane. I don't mind. I don't know what you are, but I'm going to say you're going to grow some flowers, hopefully. And creeping Jenny, or whatever this purple flower stuff is, I hate. It's a lot to combat that as well. Ooh, and it stinks. Okay. What paper I did leave here for barriers disappeared. Look, I have a whole bunch of seeds. I could just, but I'm not going to, because this stuff is like catnip, I found out, for squirrels. squirrels love my tall marigolds and they will eat them. So I'm going to plant them somewhere else so that they will leave my garden alone. I will give them a buffet of tall marigolds if they want. And they can eat that to their heart's content. Just stay away from my garden. No problem. I have extra. This was my Mexican sunflower. I don't see a whole lot of seeds, so I'm probably going to get a lot of volunteers. I'm fine with that. Lots of stuff like butterflies, love it. Go for it. The birds are all yelling at me because I'm in the garden and I'm making a mess, and they like to come in here and make their own mess. That's why you hear the birds. They're yelling at me. I keep trying to tell them this is not their garden. It's my garden. I made it. They can visit, but they can't destroy things. They were already checking out everything that I planted over on the other side, all the strawberries, and I had to shoo them away because I know what they'll do. They will rip the strawberries out of the ground just for shits and giggles because those are birds. Birds love doing that. Make sure when you're clearing your beds, get rid of the grass. It will only be a pain later. And, here's my corn. Corn stalks from last year. I wish I would have grown more, but they got snatched away. So one of the things I'm going to upload along with this video when I make it a full video, so you see everything that happened today. I made my hubby dinner and I made my own gluten-free homemade noodles and he ate that shit up. I was really worried about how it was going to turn out, but it turned out fantastic. And I think I will use that recipe again. I will make more. And he loved it. That's the best part. I don't know what you are, but you look weird. So we're pulling you out because I don't know what you are. You're like black. Weird. Looks like a square knot or a square stem. Maybe a part of the mint family, quite possibly. Maybe not. Don't want to be too sure on that one. Especially if you've never identified it before. Boy. Oh my goodness, they're angry. She's in the garden! She's in the garden! Me and my birds in this area have a love-hate relationship. They love it when my Jerusalem artichokes grow because that gives them a place to live for the summer. They hate it when they die and I have to take them out and they need to find new accommodations. They love it when I plant new stuff because they'll come and investigate. I have caught numerous birds in my garden. But then they hate it when I shoo them away. Well, because they're not supposed to be here. Let's be real. Oh my goodness. Grass everywhere. I should have done this earlier, but honestly, I don't like clearing out my beds too early. I like them to be warm when I clear them out because then I have less chance of disturbing any beneficial bugs that have called my garden home. And I don't want to ruin good beneficial bugs like ladybugs or anything like that from growing and populating my garden, because I ripped all of their eggs out too early. So I err on the side of caution. I like to make sure that it is definitely a warm point in time of the season. Late April is always a good point. So I'm gonna switch over here, and I'm gonna have to move you and Plankton this way, so bear with me. So you guys fell. Are you okay? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's set you back up. Take 2 on that one. Let's try that one again. Okay. Going to have to make sure I put this someplace where it won't be a bother. Oh, you are taking over my whole garden, and I don't like it. No, and you're that snappy stuff. If I let you grow, you'll pop your seeds everywhere. Oh. Ah. Oh my goodness. Look at that, look at that. More mugwort. Right. See that? I don't like that when I hear it snapping underneath the ground, because then I know it's left some of its root system are back, and I don't want it to grow more. Look, 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 look. Oh my goodness, hold on. Look at that root system. That is a well-defined root system. That's insane. Oh, there was another one. Don't want to leave you because you will explode your seeds everywhere like a shotgun, and I hate that. There you go. Knock this back. Get you out of there. Got you where I want you. Yeah. Love that song. It's a good song. Oh, I don't know what you are, but you're not growing here. I want onions to grow here. I want them to grow and be happy and not be compromised by stuff that's not supposed to be here. Alrighty, we're gonna move that way now. This is going a lot faster than I was anticipating, so that's good. Just kind of gonna be like no holds bar, you know, don't hold back. If it don't belong and you don't want it, get rid of it. I have stuff like this that grows crazy in my yard, and it will most definitely become a nuisance, take over, and then drown out anything that I plant. So that's why we're getting rid of it. Alrighty. See that? Whew. Okay, it's time to rotate. There we go. And while we are here, we will take care of this stuff that is creeping in my yard. That does not belong. You do not belong. How's that song go? Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. What'd you say? Alrighty. Ooh. Well, we're shaping up nicely. Oh, I forgot that. Good thing I looked over. Boy. See, look at that. I don't even know what that is, but it's growing. We're getting rid of it. Okay. I wonder if this year if I should try growing purslane. I did have a whole bunch of it coming up, but it wasn't the purslane that I needed. I don't know if that makes any sense. Because there's two different types of purslane, and you have to be careful when picking it. You want the ones where the seeds will pop and attach themselves to the leaves. That's the one you want. And then there's fake purslane. Oh my goodness. I don't know what you are. Oh, I'll just go under. Look at that. Gotta dig. This is a good time of year because I don't get bugged by so many bugs, which is nice. Later, I'll be breaking out the tea tree. They don't like tea tree oil, and if you marinate yourself in it, it won't bother you. That's what a lot of people use for their own personal bug repellent. It's the tea tree oil. A lot of bugs don't like the smell of it, so they will leave you alone. And I do that. Me and tea tree oil become besties in the summertime because I am a magnet for stuff like mosquitoes and little gnat flies. They flock to me. I hate it. Oh my goodness, this is looking really good. Not bad for not getting on my hands and knees today. Ooh, I should have though. But my knees are old and they're tired and I don't want to do it. I don't know what you are. I went flowers here again. The flowers that I planted last year were beautiful, and I want this whole thing covered in flowers again. Look at you. Oh, you're just holding on. Oh, another tree starting. Oh, you're really in there. Okay. I try to get as much soil off as I possibly can because I don't want to replace. I would like to just amend. Move you back here. Hopefully you stand. Quite possibly, yes. Good. Because this is going. There we go. Oh my goodness. So many roly-polies. These things will kill your garden. They'll eat everything in there. 1 second. Do you see them all? Look at them all. They're babies. They will eat your garden whole. Everybody's like, no, they're good bugs. That may be. They may be good bugs. They may be good because they take heavy metals out of your soil and whatnot. But yeah, no, they will eat your baby plants of whatever you plant, they will most certainly devour. If there's nothing in the soil for them to eat, they will most certainly attack your plants. So best bet is to make sure that there's something for them to eat. That's all you can do. So to finish this out, I think I'm just going to put you guys on fast forward, and I'm going to grab me a rake and I'm going to start leveling my ground and raking out stuff that I just don't want. All right, I gotta remember to look up. Always look up. You're beautiful. Remember that. All right, be proud. Let's go. We're gonna fast forward. So I'm coming up on the end of my day, and I have to get these onions into the ground. I am going to do a little espoma plant tone, all purpose, just to get them started. And hold on, I'll show you my layout. I made sure that I laid them out. These are Walla Wallas, and they're supposed to get rather big, and I'm hoping that they do, so that I have a big, huge onion barrier for my broccoli. That is like my point here. I wanted to plant a whole lot of onions on, and then hopefully that will deter anything from like definitely taking my broccoli away, because I really want a lot of broccoli this year. I want a lot of carrots, broccoli, potatoes, beans. I have plans. Will I succeed? Only time will tell. But yeah, no, let's get busy. Number one, do not ever handle anything that is like a organic plantain or anything like that without gloves. Make sure you glove up. You don't know what's in it. I mean, you could read it in the back, but honestly, like, some of the things can be toxic to your hands, toxic to yourself. So make sure you always wear gloves. I have it roughly laid out where I want all of my onions to go, so I'm gonna sprinkle some of the plantain around and make sure I move the onions, and then like shimmy it in the dirt so that it's there for them. I'm hoping that if I finish in time, I will be able to at least water a little bit. But honestly, I don't think they'll go a day without water. It wouldn't hurt them. All right, let's get busy. I'm probably only going to do a couple of onions with you guys because my phone has dropped down to 20%, and if I let it go any further, it's just gonna shut off on me while I'm filming, which sucks. Peekaboo. Come up to the top side here so that I can plant these guys. There you go. So since I'm so low on battery, I'm going to finish doing this and I will show you how it came out. All right, later. I've got 15% battery left and I got all of my onions in. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to water them tonight, so it's going to be another dash out in the morning to hopefully get everything watered come morning. But hold on, let me flip the camera and show you what I did. Everything got planted. We did a whole ring around, and I'm hoping all of them actually pop up, survive, do their thing. And then here in the middle is where I'm going to plant all my brassicas, because that's what's going to happen here this year. And then up there where I planted my melons the last time, that's definitely going to be where I plant my corn and melons. I think I'll do the Three Sisters up there. I have 3 other beds that need to be filled, and one bed over there that I'm still fighting with because I planted carrots. I have not seen no hide no hair of carrots, and I'm wondering if everything went bad. That could have happened. But that's it, folks. Thanks for hanging with me today. I hope this video gels together like I planned it to, but you never know. I mean, this is how YouTube works. You got to work harder on YouTube to get these videos out. And I'm going to get off of here because traffic's starting to pick up and I don't feel like fighting to be heard over the traffic. So you guys have a great day. Thanks for chilling with me. Bye.